Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 45 of our All the Mods 9 to the Sky Let's Play series, where today we are making plutonium, making red matter, playing around with some creative things that actually don't work out the way that we think that they're going to, but we're learning as we go. So yeah, let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata, where today, well, we're continuing where we left off last episode. We have our giant nuclear reactor going on over there, and we need to turn the production from that to plutonium and polonium at some point. And then start processing all that. So yeah, let's dive on in. So, spoiler alert, I kind of already sort of set this up. Because I kind of wanted to see how things are going to lay out and go from there. So we still have all of our setup producing over here. And we are still net positive on our fissile fuel production. Power has kind of sort of been funky with me lately. Over here, I added on 6 more thermo generators, and they're doing fine. Like, there's no, like, these guys, you're all good. You're all full of power. This one is completely drained, and this one is completely drained. But every time I load into my world, it yells at me that my network is not powered for like a good 30 seconds, and if I come over here and try and look at these things, they're all drained for a moment, and then everything starts to kick itself back on, and I don't understand what the issue is there. It makes me actually kind of worried about my wither milker that I have down here. Let's pop into there. It's been a little while. Are you still trapped? Okay, he is. So he hasn't had an opportunity to escape or anything like that. It does look like he has drifted from where I initially built him, quite a decent amount too, actually, because he used to be on top of the stasis chamber, not floating off to the side like that, but he's still trapped, so the power comes on quick enough to lock him down again, I guess. But okay, yeah, so that's doing that. So we have power. I would like to work on getting ourselves the induction cell going on, so we have a nice big buffer and sort of switch over to flux networks. I don't know if I want to switch fully over to it, or I'm still probably going to use Powa, because these are super convenient. The Ender gates being able to slap onto any machine, they don't really take up, they take up a block space, but physically they don't. They just take up that little itty bitty spot. Is super convenient. And so I'd probably still going to want to use those just to, what's wrong with you? We need a void upgrade. Okay. But yeah, I would probably just want to use those just to, get the thing going, right? Like to get, you're so good. Okay, sorry, that distracted me from what I was talking about. But yeah, I get to use the Ender gates to still power most of my stuff, but at least allow Flux Networks to handle the power gen into this and everything, and maybe that could help. And then like the power gen into the induction matrix, and then off of the induction matrix, I can utilize Powa to power the things in our base that need it. And if anything requires a ridiculous amount of power, we can throw Flux Networks onto it as needed. Anyway, so if we pop over here, you're going to see our reactor is still running great. Temperature has been pretty chill. I don't know if that's not really chill. That's pretty darn hot. But it hasn't moved much at all. No damage. Burn rate is still at 50 millibuckets per tick. And we are currently producing plutonium. And so much plutonium that we have backstuffed. So our isotopic centrifuge takes the nuclear waste, if you remember, turns it into plutonium. That plutonium is then getting sent over here into the PRC. We had mentioned this last episode that we need to have a PRC with plutonium and water plus fluorite dust to make plutonium pellets. So this is producing plutonium, or it has water, and the plutonium water is coming in from down here. And it is coming into our PRC along with fluorite dust, which comes in from the top here. And then I have fluorite dust just being made right over here. So I have fluorite being pumped into a crushing factory, which just pumps it into this quantum entangle-porter with a exporter set to do that. So that pushes the fluorite dust, and then bada bing, bada boom, we end up with plutonium pellets. crafted. Now, with these plutonium pellets, we do get spent nuclear waste as a byproduct of this. And spent nuclear waste is radioactive, and there's nothing we can do with this. Spent nuclear waste is literally a waste. So what I have going on here is I have pressurized pipes flowing down under here, and then I just have a bunch of radioactive waste barrels sitting here. 64 plus, I believe, literally directly underneath our reactor here, that the pipes will distribute to. And then over time, and you can see it here, over time, the nuclear waste does dissipate into, I guess it dissipates into the environment, but it's not creating a nuclear catastrophe. It's an intended mechanic. So it dissipates over time. So these guys will all fill up and distribute that waste amongst themselves as we produce the things that we need to produce here. So if we go ahead and take our plutonium out of here, we'll notice now that we're going to start generating more nuclear waste. And yeah, we've got plutonium. I need to handle plutonium output and get it put into our system. I think the easiest way for me to do that would be to just grab ourselves an ender chest and just shove it into an ender chest, because at this point, it just needs to come into our system. So if we come back here and we throw an ender chest here and we say, hey, buddy, I want your items. Yep, items output to the back. It should just shove those plutonium into here, which then get imported into our system. And we now have plutonium being produced. And with that plutonium, we are now able to make red matter. Before we make red matter, though, I lied. I was going to go ahead and work on making the solar neutron activator, but we can't because I need to get EMC going, or not EMC, ethylene going, and it's on my to-do list here. So let's go ahead and take care of the red matter, because that shouldn't be terribly too difficult. Now that we have all the stuff that we need for it, it's as simple as setting up a recipe for it in here if I don't already have one ready. Okay, I did not plan ahead on this one. So red matter is just going to be a simple crafting recipe of all of this stuff, remembering that we need to put our unobtainium at the end of our recipe. It's going to automatically jump to the front, but we need that to be at the end of our recipe. That way we make sure that, oh, I'm out of patterns. We make sure that it's the last thing that gets pushed into the doohickey. So we make sure it says unobtainium ingot at the end. Dark matter we have insanium essence, plutonium pellets, and echo shards, all things that we have the ability to make and or craft. Let's make sure, do I have filters set up? Yep, you're filtering that. So let's grab red matter and make sure that you are set to vacuum that up. You don't have a blacklist and you send back into there, or you're filtered to only the sky steel, so we don't have to worry about that. So if I pop over here, let me go ahead and grab my magnet and turn it off. I do believe I had to filter the dark matter. Yes, so I'm going to have to actually grab a red matter to make sure I don't pick these things up. But let's say I want to get 12 of these. I'd like to make at least 3 blocks of it so I can swap over with our power over there and see what that's going to take. So it's going to craft up 2 of these, but then outside of that, really, I mean, we have all of the stuff needed for this, so it shouldn't take that long at all. It's making the dark matter, and now it's crafting up the red matter for us. I can go ahead and grab one of those red matter and do this, so then I can turn my magnet back on. And we should now have red matter, 12 of them, ready to go. Perfect. Easy as that. And we have now, I'm not going to say we've completed Project E, but we've done a huge, giant chunk of Project E. We are at the end, and this is what is needed for the All the Mods star. Now, there are ways that we can utilize EMC and get access to creating and crafting things that need EMC inside our AE system. I'd like to look into how that works too. But for now, the dark matter that I wanted was to be able to do this and see exactly how much power is red matter going to give us versus dark matter. So if we take a look at one of these guys, and I'll just do one of my new ones, we're currently generating 45,000. I'm expecting about 70,000 if I am mathing correctly. I don't know if I am. Also, this is very slow. Normal. I cannot see on that texture. Is this even mining this? Ugh. Can I not mine up dark matter blocks? Do I need to make a tool from Project E to mine up dark matter blocks? Let's put those back. That was completely unintended. Open. I completely disconnected the water from all of these. Okay, go back onto slow mode for me. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can pick up the dark matter. Let's look at tools from Project E, and there's probably some sort of pickaxe that I can... Yeah, I probably need to make this pickaxe, I imagine, to be able to matter the dark matter. To pick up the dark matter. I don't know. It ain't working without it, though, so that's the bummer. So can I... Using matter on matter. Oh, yeah, see? Look, that's what I needed. Okay, but now if I place the red matter, remember it was at 45,000, and I go ahead and pop this here, and we're at 63. Okay, yeah, about 7. I was close to my guess. 63,000, that's a bonus 20,000 per. A little less than 20,000 there. So it's fairly decent. I'll go ahead and work on upgrading all of those over. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 12 blocks. So I need 48 total red matter. So I need to get 40 more just to upgrade those. And then from there, we're going to do pretty good. But the 40 red matter will allow me to upgrade our power, and it just helps out overall with all of that. So yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. So we ended up with dark matter or red matter crafted, which means we should theoretically, the red matter is used to craft a what? This guy. Yeah, it's literally the catalyst for the All the Mods star. So we now have our catalyst. We do still need to get the rest of these things. We've gotten the pulsating black hole, but we're slowly working our way this way. The improbable probability device is kind of sort of, I mean, I'm not saying it's our next mate thing that we're working on, but it's kind of there because we're working on getting antimatter by progressing through mechanisms. So we're kind of heading that direction a little bit. And yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. I would like to get that power situation taken care of, though. So I need to go ahead and teach the system how to make all of these induction providers and induction cells because it's a chain craft. As you can see here, we're going to have all of these different things get made. So I will be back once I have taught the system how to make all of them. Okay, as I'm encoding these recipes here, I realized I have made a grave error and forgot a very important step in creating these induction matrix, and that's the fact that we need lithium from mechanism. And lithium is not it's not hard to make, it's literally just water, but it requires a fairly large setup, TBH, to be honest with you. And I don't know if I want to go that route just yet. I probably will, but I want to try something out because looking through the recipes, a creative energy cube. I was looking through. I was like, oh, what is an ultimate energy cube used by? Well, an ultimate energy cube is used by a creative energy cube, which has an infinite capacity. And I don't know what the input-output on this thing is going to be, but it doesn't require anything crazy. Unobtainium, atomic alloy, an energy cube, all things that I have. All things that I have available to me to craft. Fairly easily, too. Like, it's not that expensive. It's not even like it requires nether stars or anything like that. I mean, I guess it did in order to get the unobtainium, but, like, I now have a creative energy cube. What am I supposed to do with this? It holds infinite power. So if I come over here and replace, first things first, I would like to see like what is your power input? Max output is infinite. Max input, I'm going to assume is infinite. So if I replace this with this, that should solve every single problem that we've ever had with power ever. Right? Except for it's not getting power. Oh, nope, it is. Oh yeah, because it's infinite power. It's not going to show any power because this just has infinite power within it. I don't even need this, I don't think. I think with just this, I have all the power I need. Right? Am I correct in that sentiment that this just provides power by itself? I don't even need any of this anymore. Now, look, all of these are drained because they're trying to fill up infinity, but I don't think I need any of this. What's funny is I could create a second one if I so wanted to test it out. Let me grab one of these guys. I'll just throw my ender cell away. Why not? You know what? Let's grab the ender cell. Now, without the ender cell, we have an issue. Well, no, actually, all those other things should work because the network still exists, doesn't it? So everything should still be fine. The network is still in existence. Now, is the network getting drained? Yes, the network is getting drained. So I do need to get power onto this ender cell so that the network can actually have access to it. But if I take this creative energy cell and I pop it on top of here, and you auto eject output instead. No? So where's all the power that's going into this going then? Because it is not ejecting. I want eject, auto eject on. Yeah, because this is now about to drain, and we're about to have a very bad time. Oh my gosh, why is this off? Give me that, quickly. Okay, so this obviously is not working like I'm projecting. Okay, we're gaining power. Not very well, but we're gaining power. Okay, so then how does this creative energy cell work then? Because it's saying that come on. Because my assumption is that the creative energy cube just stores infinite power and can also transfer infinite power, but it was not outputting any power. Do I need to have some power coming into this in order for it to output it? And it can just store an infinite amount of it? This one I'm going to shove into my system. I want to experiment with one of these. So like, say, let's grab an ender gate, right? I can grab an ender gate. I can throw it on there. And I mean, it's going to be transferring 1 million into this nonstop. At this point, it's not going to be limited. It's pulling 1 million RF into this. But if I grab a machine, I don't know. Do I have any machines? Let's grab something from thermal. Like, it's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Sure, a phytogenic nope, excuse me. Rude. Give me that. Okay. A phytogenic insulator. I go ahead and say, hey, eject your power to the front. Nothing's happening. So there's no power coming out of this creative energy cube. So what is the point? Also, there's no power coming into this creative energy cube. And it is set to input from there. My network is still working. I don't know. I honestly don't know what this is about then. We are very, very bottlenecked on our power, though, because I drained all of that power into that cube. Did I just make a mistake? Should I not have done this? But I was curious because it said I could make a creative energy cube. Okay. Now it's making sense. Okay. So this is a drained energy cube. It doesn't do anything. That makes sense. I was like, why would they have that in there and not be, smart about it? So you take 4 of these creative, I'm doing air quote, energy cubes, feed it an Aldemod star with max int power, and then it'll charge it to have infinite energy. I understand how it works now. Okay, so I did not need to go ahead and do what I had just done, but it's okay. It's not going to hurt us. I do need to get that pickaxe back out and go ahead and break all those. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. I'll get our power going, and then I'll start working on prepping us for that lithium so we can get the induction matrix for next episode, and then work on getting us our HDPE. But we have plutonium, which is great. We're able to start working towards making our SPS. We need to get polonium going, but I can't get polonium until I have HDPE sheets. So a little bit of a bottleneck here and everything, but I think we're going to do pretty good. So yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.